back to the big story that we're tracking, which has been the arrest of Sanjay Raut by the Enforcement Directorate. What we are also now understanding, he'll shortly be produced at the Sessions Court. He'll be taken for his medicals. But my colleagues have been pointing out that all of that could be delayed substantially. We'll try and connect with our colleagues who are tracking developments at the Sessions Court, outside the Enforcement Directorate's office, and at the JJ Hospital as well. But remember, we're already seeing some reactions coming in as well. We've seen reactions from the family members of Sanjay Raut who've gone on to say that he's being wrongly framed. The BJP is scared of him and they wanted to get him arrested. We've also seen support come from Aditya Thackeray, who's standing strongly behind Sanjay Raut, saying that he has no involvement as far as all the claims that are being made by the Enforcement Directorate. Before I go back to my colleagues, let's listen in to some other reactions.
आता त्याच्या बाबतीत चौकशी सुरू आहे आणि जे काय आहे चौकशी आणखीच समोर येईल. आम्हाला पण जेलमध्ये घालायचा विचार केला होता. आमची देखील खूप बदनामी केली. ठीक आहे, पण आम्ही ते विसरून गेलो. आम्ही या सर्वांना मी आज अगोदरच सांगितलं की आम्ही कुठल्याही पातळीवर खालच्या पातळीवर समोरच्याने आरोप केले मग आम्ही करणार नाही. आम्ही त्यांना कामातून उत्तर देऊ आणि आम्ही कामातून त्यांना उत्तर.
किसी का भी संबंध संजय राउत से नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे भारतीय जनता पार्टी संजय राउत से डरती है, इसलिए उनको अरेस्ट करने के पीछे पड़ी थी और अरेस्ट करवाया. उसके अंदर जो फ्रेम बना है उसमें संजय राउत का कोई संबंध नहीं. फ्रेम बना के उनको अरेस्ट किया है और उसमें 1% भी सही बात नहीं है. आप कोई चिंता मत करो, एक ध्यान में रखो. भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने उनको अरेस्ट का ये सब फ्रेम बनाई थी, लेकिन संजय राउत झुकेंगे नहीं, डरेंगे नहीं, पार्टी छोड़ेंगे नहीं. जिंदगी के आखिरी क्षण तक शिवसेना में रहेंगे, उद्धव साहब के साथ रहेंगे.
Colleague Mihir is tracking all developments for us from outside the Enforcement Directorate's office. Mihir, we're understanding Sanjay Raut could step out anytime soon. Are you seeing any activity around you?
Absolutely. If I can ask my camera person Manas Das to just show you, there is the cars have been lined up. That is the car in which Sanjay Raut will be taken. Behind that there is an Enforcement Directorate car. You can see the kind of security arrangement that are in place. Remember, there are CISF, CRPF Jawans stationed here to ensure that there is no sort of miscreants trying to block the road of the ED. At this point, what we understand is that Sanjay Raut will be stepping out anytime from now. Will be stepping out of this particular ED office and will be taken straight to JJ Hospital for his medical examination. Remember, from sources, and this is what our Bureau Chief Vinaya Deshpande has been reporting, that clearly the family and the lawyers of Sanjay Raut will be opposing the bail. We are understanding that ED will seek 8 or 10 days custody of Sanjay Raut, but that will be opposed by the family on health grounds. There are certain conditions of Sanjay Raut based on which they will seek that opposition of bail. But at this point, what we understand is that Sanjay Raut from anytime from now will be taken to JJ Hospital for the medical test. From there, he will be produced in court where the arguments of his custody will take place at the special PMLA court. Remember, it is a case of money laundering in which he was detained yesterday and subsequently arrested late last night. It is the Patra Chawl case where Sanjay Raut has found himself in trouble and ED is trying to seek more clarification from him. There were two factors based on which ED had to arrest him eventually. One was that there was some amount of cash recovered from his house to the tune of 11 lakhs, beg your pardon. And that cash, we understand at this point from the sources and family members, was from the Ayodhya trip that the Shiv Sena had conducted. They had gathered that money and the remainder of which was kept with Sanjay Raut. Apart from that, during the questioning yesterday of Sanjay Raut for good 6 hours and more, the ED was not convinced. Sources did tell us that the ED said that Sanjay Raut was not cooperating as needed in the investigation, and that's why they had to eventually detain him and then subsequently arrest him. But at this point, we are waiting for Sanjay Raut to step out anytime soon. Security has been beefed up. This entire area has been cordoned off. There is a tremendous amount of media presence here,
Sure.
but they are also behind the barricades set up by the police personnel. In fact, as many as 100 police officers are stationed in this particular area, in every nook and corner. Remember, there was initially a call for protest by NCP also, which is just a block away. That has been called off, but the security arrangements continue. We are seeing police officers, CIF officers in consultation with members of the ED to ensure that this entire process of taking him for the medical to the JJ hospital as well as to the court producing him is a smooth one, and that's why there is tremendous presence of police and other security agencies at this point. But our cameras are glued on the gate of ED. This is the Enforcement Directorate office in Mumbai's Balad Estate, where Sanjay Raut has been stationed since last night, and in any time from now he will be stepping out. Remember yesterday when he was eventually detained at his residence in Bhandup, there was a defiant Sanjay Raut clearly saying ladenge par jhukenge nahi, waving off his saffron stole that he was wearing around to give a message to people of Maharashtra and the Sainiks at large that he's refusing to bow down to any sort of pressure, even if it's the ED. Remember, the Shiv Sena and other opposition leaders have been constantly targeting the central agencies and saying that they are being misused by the centre just to settle political scores and to silence the opposition. Sanjay Raut has also been very vocal. In fact, he has been the chief spokesperson of the Shiv Sena and very vocal about several issues regarding the centre as well as the Shinde government. But today, it appears that in no time from now he will be taken for his, of course, medical test and then subsequently taken to court, where ED is definitely going to seek an extended custody of 10 days of Sanjay Raut.
Mir, I'll request you to stay on with us. We stay with those visuals where we're expecting Sanjay Raut to be taken out of the ED office and eventually to the Sessions Court in a short while from now. Vinaya Deshpande is also joining us. She's tracking all developments outside the Sessions Court. Vinaya, you were getting details of what the legal team's plan for Sanjay Raut is going to be. Are you seeing any activity of the legal team at the Sessions Court already, or could that also be now delayed?
Everything seems to be delayed now, Riddhima, because he was expected to be here by around 11:30, which means he should have been taken for his medicals by 9 o'clock today. It's almost 12:30 now. He hasn't even been taken for the medicals. Remember, for the ED, there is no rush really. The arrest technically has been shown on 1st of August at 12:05 a.m., which means early hours today. Technically, the ED has 24 hours in its hands to take somebody for medicals, for production to the court, and that is why they aren't really hurrying up, because they have sufficient time in hand. So right now, though initially it was anticipated that by around 11:30 he will be produced in the court, it seems that it will only be in the later half of the day that the proceedings will happen. As of now, everything getting delayed. We are seeing normal course of activities at the Sessions Court here. The police bandobast has been put out to make sure that there are no law and order situations, no protests, because some party workers had also gathered here some time ago. They were planning to raise slogans. The police stopped them and asked them to leave. So clearly an effort by the Mumbai police to try and maintain law and order situation, to try and see that the protesters do not walk around and there is no sloganeering, there is no show of strength in that way, and that is why this entire area around Sessions Court has been completely cordoned off. Vehicular movement is not allowed. People too are being allowed only if they are related to a specific matter which is going to be heard today in the court.